Namaste, friends. Thank you for joining. Today we're going to do a practice where there's no arm balances, meaning no plank or downward facing dog. Also, we will not be doing any deep knee bends and no balance moves, no standing balance moves. So if we're having problems today, because maybe we have arthritis in our knee or our feet are hurting us, we're having some problems with the hip, this is a wonderful way to still enjoy your practice, but without injuring yourself or causing more discomfort. So as you can see, I'm beginning my class sitting on a chair, because again, I want to avoid deep knee bends of getting up and down from the mat. So if that is for your practice today, please find a nice comfortable seated position. On your chair, remember, we like to sit near the end of the chair so that we have a nice straight back. And again, have a nice angle, shoulder, hip, knee, ankle, feet hip width apart, okay? Now that may mean that you need to put a block underneath your feet, or maybe even need to put a towel underneath your butt to get you a little higher. All right, let's begin. Close the eyes, hands are resting lightly on the thighs, and let's just breathe. This is a wonderful time just to become centered, leave all the distractions of your everyday life behind, and just come to know yourself and be comfortable with yourself in a quiet state. Inhale, hands to heart center, sharing Omkar chanting 3 times. Take a breath in. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. 3 times, paying homage to the gurus that have come before us. Take a breath in. Om Hrim Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Hrim Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Hrim Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Enjoy the stillness. Exhale, release. Now before we stand up, one note I wanted to point out is that for some of us, we can't wait to get past the chanting and the opening of the class so we can get into the movements. But these first 3 to 5 minutes, it's a wonderful time as a group and at home alone where you can cultivate being comfortable with yourself. And that is one of the first steps of really understanding your yoga practice, is being comfortable. And that is something that we cultivate. It's a feeling and a discipline that we can cultivate. Okay, let's come to Tadasana in the middle of your mat. Take your time setting up. This is your time to just observe, my feet are feeling a little wonky today, or maybe my knees. As we go through the practice today, we're going to do our best to keep equal pressure, equal weight on both limbs, right and left, but also front and back. inner and outer, so that we're always aware of our alignment and our weight. That way we protect our joints. All right, we're all in a beautiful Tadasana. Open up the palms, inhale, arms up. Exhale down. Let's continue. Remember, if you're having some stiffness in the shoulders or neck, simply move your arms as is comfortable. Let's do it one more time. Inhale up. And exhale down. Bringing the head into movement, inhale up. Pass through neutral, lift chin. Exhale, release. Pass through neutral, chin to chest. 2 more times. Inhale up. Exhale down. 1 more time. Inhale up. Don't lose the integrity of your lower limbs. Exhale down. Changing it up, looking to the right. Inhale, look up to neutral. Exhale to the right. Take a breath in, stand up nice and tall. Exhale, release. Return the head to neutral and down. This time, one big inhale, inhale neutral, continue inhale to the left. Exhale, release the head from the left back to neutral and down. Right side, inhale up. Exhale down. Left, inhale up. Exhale down. Let's do it one more time on each side. Inhale up, relax the shoulders down. Exhale. Last one left, inhale up to neutral. Look left. Exhale, return to neutral and release. Let's bring our arms into cactus position. Open up your feet just a little bit. Here we're going to practice a little spinal twist in a standing position. Our goal is to keep our arms right here in a beautiful plane from shoulder to elbow on both sides and our hips squared forward. Inhale, we look neutral. Exhale, we turn to the right, return and go to the left. Ready? Inhale, neutral. Exhale, right. Inhale, neutral. Exhale, left. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, do it on your own, 2 more times on each side. Really bring awareness to keeping the hips squared, nice integrity through the lower body, centering through the feet, and then releasing tension in the waist and spine so you get the spinal twist. Shoulders do nothing. They're nice and neutral. And it's on me in neutral position. Exhale, relax. Remember, the goal is to keep equal weight on both legs. Let's open up again. A little wider our stance for a nice straddle, standing straddle. Feet are either parallel to the mat or slightly pigeon-toed. Let's begin. Open up the palms. Inhale, arms up. As you exhale, bend the knees, cactus arms. Inhale up. And exhale down. To let your knees come inward. Continue. I'm going to have you do it 3 more times on your own as you start observing where you feel weakness or discomfort, and try to balance it, the weight distribution and the centeredness on both legs. As you go down, your hips stay in line with your heels. Okay, I'm going to do 1 more. I'll meet you in a neutral position. Release the arms down to your side. Let's hold that position once we're in a squat for 8 counts. Open up the palms, inhale, arms up. Exhale, cactus arms, hold. When we go as far down as you can keep the integrity of your lower body. If your butt is beginning to point backwards, do a little pelvic tilt. Lengthen through the spine, relax the shoulders. Soft gaze in front. Easy breath, try not to have any tension as you're breathing, because we want to relax through the upper body, even as we're holding the integrity of the lower body. 4. If you put some focus on lifting the arch, slight exterior rotation of knees and hips, you will be strengthening the inner thigh. Sometimes we have knee discomfort because the outer thigh muscle is more developed than the inner thigh, and it's throwing off our knee joint to one side, and that causes a weakness. So bring some focus to having equal tension on the inner thigh and the outer thigh. 2, 1. Coming out, inhale, raise the hands, extend the knees, and exhale, relax. Warrior 2, right side. Left leg can stay where it is, or you may want to turn it in a little bit more depending on the openness of your hips. Right toe lifted up, swivel the foot so that the toes are facing the short side of the mat on the right side. Square off the hips once more, knees gently exteriorly rotated. Think about a nice tall torso here. Look to the right, inhale, arms up on the line. Drop the shoulders. Take a breath in. Exhale, bend that front knee. Take a look down. Look at the ankle, knee to hip. Hip is still open. Both knees are gently going back so that your hips are open. My torso is not leaning forward. I'm doing my best to keep it centered over the hips. Pay attention to lifting the arch. Take the pressure off the knee. Equal weight on both feet. Now, if this is not happening, close your stance a little bit, okay? Hold here for 4. 3. Relax the stomach. 2. And 1. Let's swivel to a standing straddle. Inhale, arms up. As I exhale, I simply bring that right foot back in. Exhale, swan dive down. Don't worry, it's the first one of the day. Just relax into it. Do your best to keep your hips over your heels, roll the shoulders back. Let the head drop. So here it's interesting. I'm not dumping my weight into my head or my feet. I've introduced a little bit of tension to keep my shoulders away from my ears. I'm still lifting my arches in my feet so that they're active, which is activating the total leg all the way to the hip. And then I'm simply allowing gravity to bring my torso and head down. Let's come up by bending the knees first, placing our hands on our thighs above the knees, roll the shoulders back, lift the head, and now inhale, come up, and exhale. Left side, warrior 2. Keep your right foot where it is, or perhaps bring it in a little bit more. Lift the toes up with the left foot, point the left foot towards the short side of the mat. Square off. Inhale, arms up on the line, move to the left. Exhale, let's bend that left knee. Take a look down. Look at your alignment. Equal weight on both legs. There's a tendency for the torso to go forward, especially if our hips are not open like mine. So I have to remind myself, center my torso over the pelvis, keep the gaze to the left. Drop the shoulders towards the midline spine. Feel that energy flowing from the heart through the fingertips. 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming back into a nice front straddle. Inhale the arms up. Turn that left foot in. Exhale, swan dive down. Watch your weight distribution as you come down. Release the hands, release the head. Draw the shoulders back. Align your hip. Move both heels. Hold here for 8. Now sometimes even in this position, our knees, there's some discomfort in the knees. Whether it's because our muscles are a little tight or there's some pulling over the joint that is uncomfortable. So you can close the stance a little bit. Bring your toes in towards one another so you're more pigeon-toed. Or come up. You don't need to hold the pose as deep. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend the knees, place the hands on the thighs, lift the head so that we're lengthening the back. Inhale, rise up, and exhale, relax. Let's toe heel, our feet together, hip width apart. Give a little break to the feet, ankles, and hips. Some beautiful side bends here. Open at the palms, inhale the arms up. Exhale to the right. Hips are square, equal weight on both feet. I'm not letting go of lifting the arch and gentle exterior rotation of knees and hips. You may want to look underneath your left armpit. There's a tendency for us to put our weight onto the right leg and lock that knee. Observe what you're doing. And if you happen to have that tendency, then just rock back towards the left. I like to lift my toes up and down because then I know if unconsciously I'm putting more weight on one leg or the other. Let's come up. Take a breath in as you inhale. Come all the way up. Okay, stay right here. Feel that alignment and that equal centeredness on both feet, from your hip to your knee, ankle, big toe, little toe, heels. And then exhale, release. Left side, inhale, arms up. Then stay here, drop the shoulders. Feel the alignment? All right, take a breath in. As you exhale, take as many breaths as you need. 2 in a very mindful way. Stay centered and squared as you find this nice side bend. Again, if you're feeling a little pinch in the back and some numbness going down your leg, come back, lengthen through the spine, try and release tension, and then find the bend. So I have an old injury that causes me to pinch the nerve, especially on this side. So I need to be very mindful that I release tension from the pelvis through the shoulders, all along the spine before I do the side bend so that I don't pinch that nerve even more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming up, inhales, come back to center. Nice and slow, take your time. Let's hold here. Again, feel that nice alignment. And the toes all the way up. And exhale, release. Let's widen our stance again for the warrior 2, right side. Opening up the right toe towards the short side of the mat, external rotation here. Nice squared hips. Inhale the arms up on the line, look to the right. Take a breath in. Exhale. Find that right knee bend and hold. Holding this for a little bit longer. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming into a front straddle, inhale, arms up. Right toe comes in. Exhale, swan dive down. Hold here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. I'm coming a little too fast, aren't I? Okay, we'll hold here for 3, 2, and 1. If you'd like a challenge, go ahead and lift the head, lengthen the back, extend the arms in front of you. And then inhale, rise up. Exhale, release the hands down. Left side warrior 2. Adjust your right foot in a little bit if you need to. Lift the toes up of the left, square the hips. Inhale, arms up on the line, look to the left. Exhale, come into warrior 2. Check your alignment. And let's hold here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back to the front straddle. Inhale, arms up. Swivel the toe in. Exhale, come down and when you like. Then release here. Shrug those shoulders towards the midline, the spine. Hips are over the heels. Now, if you like, it feels good, go ahead and widen your straddle here. Maybe you can bring your head down to the mat. Doesn't mean I let my shoulders shrug towards my ears. Do my best to keep my feet parallel or a little bit pigeon-toed. Let's hold here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now for some of you, you're strong enough to keep this wide straddle and rise up. For others, and I am one of them, This is too wide of a straddle for me. It puts a lot of pressure on my feet, ankles, and knee. So before coming out, I toe heel a little bit so that my feet are closer together. And then once I'm in position, I lift the head, lengthen the back, extend the arms, and then inhale, come up, and exhale, release. Let's stay here. Let's come into another warrior two on the right side. Open up the right toes, square the hips. Inhale, arms up on the line. Exhale, look to the right, front of warrior two. Now, as we do an extended warrior and a reverse warrior in this position, it's very important that you keep centered over your pelvis and equal weight on both legs, all right? So feel that alignment right now. Feel that weight distribution. Coming into an extended warrior, go ahead, gently drop the right hand down in front of your right thigh. Open up the palm of the left. Inhale the left arm up. Let's look forward, square off, because this is a nice side bend here. As you exhale, let's feel that side bend towards the right. I'm not putting weight on my right arm. Now, if you feel you need to for balance, or because you're still developing and getting conditioned in your lower body, that's fine. But the challenge, which is really nice, is when you don't use your arm to take some of the weight, you distribute evenly the weight between both legs. That's our challenge. Keep finding this beautiful side bend. I'm not letting my body collapse. I'm bending to the side, but also up. So I'm using my core muscles. I'm not collapsing through my right rib cage. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's return to warrior 2. Inhale, come back to neutral position. Exhale, release the hands, look to the right. Let's do the opposite side. Inhale, arms up. Let's swivel all the way to the left side, square off, and exhale into warrior 2. Again, feel the weight distribution. Let's gently bring the left arm down in front of the thigh, open up the palm of the right. Look forward. See if you need to bring your torso over your pelvis once more. Inhale the arm overhead, drop the shoulder. We're in a nice position, take a breath in. Exhale, stretch outward and towards the left. I want to grow through the spine and lengthen rather than thinking about crunching and simply having a side bend to the left. Shoulders are in line with one another. Equal weight. If you find that you're putting more weight on the front knee, come up a little bit, and then go down again and see if you can maintain and observe and be aware of where your weight is going. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, let's rise up, facing forward, bring the torso in line. Exhale, release the hands. Look to your left, you're back in warrior 2. Swivel all the way to the right hand side, warrior 2. Inhale, arms up. Swivel on the feet. Set up. Exhale, warrior 2. Reverse warrior. Gently bring the left hand down again, either resting on your left thigh, but you don't put weight there, or your hand can be in front. Open up the palm of the right. Look forward, square off. Inhale, right arm up, drop the shoulders. Exhale, let's have a bend to the left. Again, I'm thinking about growing tall and lengthening, even as I feel this side bend. If you look underneath your armpit, that helps to keep the chin from jutting forward. Feel both Feet equally weighted, centered right over your pelvis. For me, again, I like to lift my toes up and put them down. That kind of increases my awareness of how I'm holding the pose. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, straighten up, look forward, feel this alignment. Exhale, release hands down on the line, looking to the right, warrior 2. Let's swivel to the opposite side, inhale, arms up, swivel on your feet, square off, exhale into warrior 2 here. Take a look at your alignment, observe and be aware of your weight distribution. Gently bring the right palm down to the right thigh, open up the left palm, inhale, arms up, look forward, feel your torso balanced over your pelvis. Now you can see I'm almost skewed a little bit. That's just part of the tightness that I have in my hips and lower back, but I'm aware of it and I'm doing my best to be centered over my pelvis so that I have even weight distribution so that I don't damage a joint. So we may not be perfect, we may not look perfect in this pose, but the awareness is what's important. All right, ready? Take a breath in. Then exhale. Let's find this beautiful position. Now some people do this actually with the back bend, so they're facing kind of skewed forward. And that's a way to do it, but I prefer this. Try not to let your knees fall inward. You still want to have a nice exterior rotation here. Drop the shoulders. They're just coming along for the ride. Four. 3, 2, and 1. Coming out, inhale, let's come back to neutral, face forward, square off. And then as you exhale, release the arms back on the line, look to the left, you're in warrior 2. Coming into a front straddle, inhale, arms up, swivel the left foot in, exhale, come down anywhere you want. And let's hold here. Having a nice forward bend is a nice counter to the side bends that we just did. You may feel some release in the lower back, by the kidneys. Let's stay here, just enjoy. Again, be aware of your weight distribution and your knees. We don't want to lock the knees. There's just a tiny little bend. It'll be different for each person, but just be aware that we're not locking our knees. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, if it's possible for you to have your hands on the mat, go ahead and toe heel to a forward fold. Feet are hip width apart. And go ahead and release back down. I don't care if your knees are bent. Just relax here. And all together to rise up. First, bend your knees. Place your hands on your thighs. Lift the head, lengthen the back. Let's stay right here. Again, it doesn't matter how deep you are in the knee bend. It really depends how you feel today. But this is a nice, safe way to come up. All together, inhale, rise up. Hands find up the thighs and then roll to the outside. Let's do a forward fold, knees bent, hands sliding down the thighs, just to keep us nice and safe. Take a breath in. As you exhale, I bend my knees. Notice they're not coming in towards the midline. They're exteriorly rotated. As I exhale, I come down. If you don't feel stable, then just keep your hands right here on your thighs. If you feel stable, go ahead, release them down towards the mat. Roll the shoulders back, tuck the chin. Remember, it doesn't matter if your knees are bent. Hamstrings will lengthen in time. Even here, I'm lifting my arch so that I have a nice alignment between my ankle, my knee, my hip. To the best of my ability, my hips are over my heels, so I'm not leaning too forward or too backwards. I feel equal weight distribution, so I'm not skewing to the right or to the left. And let's come out, bend the knees, bring the hands to the thighs, lift the head, lengthen the back. Inhale, rise up. And release. Let's open our stance once more. Warrior one. This is a different way of opening up the hips. You've been opening up the hips laterally, and that causes a different tension on the inner and outer portion of the knee and the ankle. Now we're doing warrior one, where we're opening up more in the front and back way, the hip. So to the right side. You can keep your left foot exactly where it is, parallel. For others like me who have tighter hips, I bring my foot at least 45-degree angle in, but I try not to let my knee fall inward. I still keep some tension to keep it out. So lift the toes up of the right foot, bring them towards the front of the mat, and the hips now are squared towards the short side of the mat. As you get into this position, you may find, like I do, that, oh no, my left hip is really not opening. So I either can bring my left foot towards the midline of the mat a little bit more, or I close the stance so that I can square my hips forward. All right, so take some time and figure that out for your body. You also don't have to have your feet completely lined up one in front of another. If you can do it, that's wonderful. But if you're not in that place, go ahead and open your feet as wide as the mat. It's going to help with balance and also with your hips, which is what I'm doing. When I have a wider stance, I can more comfortably square my hips. All right, so we're here. There's a tendency to let the rib cage come forward. Again, just like in Warrior Two, let's be centered over our pelvis. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, drop the shoulders. Take a breath in. Exhale, bend that front knee. Now, here's our awareness. Equal weight on both legs, both feet. Okay? I don't care how deep you are. What's more important is that my hips are squared and I don't have too much weight either on the back leg or the front leg. I'm really thinking about lifting my arch. Slight rotation of the knees outwards, they're not falling in. Remember, we want to activate the inner thighs. Let's hold. This is really fun because we're extending through the fingers, but we're dropping the shoulders. I have integrity in the lower body, but I'm keeping my pelvis centered as best I can between both legs. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's come back to that front stretch. A breath in into swivel. Here, because I do have a wider stance, I just take time to step the left foot back and exhale forward. Short one here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Again, you choose how you want to come up. And inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, release the hands. Left side forward, warrior one. Again, choose your back foot, what feels good for you. Then swivel the left toes forward, completely square off. I find that I need to widen my stance, so I'm going to do that right now. Before I do anything else, I want to tuck my pelvis in, feel nice and centered, and square off. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, drop the shoulders. Inhale again, grow nice and tall. As you exhale, bend that left knee. Take a look down, or maybe in your mirror, or you have a computer screen you can see. Ankle and knee should be in alignment. For some, if you have a really nice deep warrior one, your knee and hip will be in line in terms of being parallel to the mat. For others like me, you can see these aren't parallel, but what I am aware of, lifting the arch, external rotation, equal weight all the way from the back foot, back heel, the front toe, and the front foot. That equal tension I'm holding there. Again, because my hips are tight, I have a tendency to throw my pelvis and ribcage forward, so I'm really trying to be aware of keeping centered between both legs. Let's hold. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Simply swiveling forward, face forward. Inhale, bring both feet forward. Hands are still up. Go ahead, bring your feet parallel to one another. Exhale, release. Let's close our stance just a little bit, maybe so that our feet are 2 feet apart. Again, this is another squared off forward position, so you may have some balance issues. So right here, let's already scoot our left foot forward and our right foot back a little bit. From here, swivel both feet towards the short side of the mat. Square up. This is a forward fold. This is a very technical move because there's a tendency to lock the knees and put our weight onto the front knee, which again can cause alignment issues down the line and damage. So as we do this forward fold, please think about keeping your weight centered between both feet, a little bit of a bend in the knee, and you must maintain the arch, exterior rotation of knee and hip. All right, just sitting up or standing up nice and straight. Open up the palms, pull the arms up. Exhale, drop the shoulders. Feel the even distribution. Lift your toes up and then put them down. This is a forward fold. Take a breath in. As you exhale, we're only going to come down halfway. There's a tendency to skew to the right or the left. So keep this hip, left hip in line with your right. Come down halfway. Feel that you're nice and square. Exhale, release down. I'm going nice and slow because again, there's a tendency for this left hip to come out of alignment. So I just take my time. When I get to the bottom, I have my right hand on the outside of the right foot. Left hand is more or less in front of my left foot. Once I'm here, tuck the chin, roll the shoulders back. That's it. You don't want to come too forward or back. Keep nice and centered. Now, depending on your flexibility, you may find this very challenging. So if you come halfway and rest your hands on your front thigh, roll the shoulders back, lengthen through the torso, have a nice straight back, that's beautiful. That is really, really nice because you're very aware of your alignment. I'd rather have this than you go further down and you're no longer squared off. Okay, we've been here for a while, ready to come out? Just safely come out. Bend that right knee first. Even as I bend that right knee, I'm not skewing my weight to the right leg and keeping it centered in between both legs. Lift the head, lengthen the back. Bring your hands to your knee. Inhale, rise up. As I start coming to the top, I can extend that right leg so it's no longer bent. Release. Let's turn to the other side. Same thing. Set up so that your left foot is about 2 feet away from your right. You may want to have them as wide as your mat, your stance, or if you're feeling really good, go ahead, bring it behind. All right. Feel nice and balanced between both feet. Lift the arch, external rotation. Open the palms, inhale, arms up. Exhale, release the shoulders. Release tension in your knees, but not the external rotation of the knees and hips. That's what's going to protect your knees as you go down. Slowly take as many breaths as you want. Exhale, come down. I really do go down in stages because I feel each time my body says, no, I don't want to be square. And I go, yeah, you can. So I just take my time as I come down. Tuck the chin. Roll the shoulders back. Keep your weight centered and squared. Lift your toes up. Can you lift your toes up and then gently put them down? That means you're balanced evenly between both feet, both limbs. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Safely coming out. Bend that front knee. Keep your weight distributed evenly. I'm simply bending the knee. Lift the head, lengthen the back. Bring your hands to your front thigh. Now inhale, gently stand up. Feel how you keep centered between both legs and relax. Beautiful. Come to Tadasana. Feet are hip width apart. See how automatically now you're lifting the arch, you're being aware of your knees and hips, you're opening here so you have a nice flow of energy up and down. Open up the hands. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, release down, chin down. 2 more times. Inhale up. Exhale down. And inhale up. Exhale down. Let's finish our standing poses with a triangle. This is very technical, so let's go slowly, step by step. Widen your stance. We'll do the right side first. Again, like all of these poses, almost all, when we are opening our hips laterally, the back foot is either parallel to the short side of the mat or slightly turned in. When it's turned in, I still am doing my best not to let my knee fall in. I keep a little bit of tension to roll the knee out, roll this thigh out to engage the inner thigh. Right foot, go ahead, lift up the toes, swivel it towards the short side of the mat. Square your hips forward. Inhale the arms up on the line. Right here, I really have an awareness of an external rotation of my thigh. That's going to protect the front knee. There's a tendency for the front knee to lock, and then you may cause an injury to the knee, right? So strong awareness of the inner thigh. Look at the right. Take a breath in. As you exhale, you're simply shifting your weight forward. Nothing else has changed in the bottom. All right, so I've shifted my weight forward. To the best of my ability, my shoulders are still even. All right, from here, I'm checking. Have I maintained that awareness of my inner thigh? Yes. Turn the palms forward. As you exhale, you simply let the right arm come down, left arm up. If your balance feels good, you look up. If not, go ahead and look down. You can stay right here. This is pretty cool. You don't have to come all the way down. In fact, I'm not warmed up enough. So if I come down and touch my toe, I've started to let my butt go backwards. I'm no longer in the same plane anymore. So I'm going to stay like this. Elongate the spine. You want to come down towards the right, but also outward. It's a spinal twist. But notice how I'm doing my best to keep my back straight and lengthened rather than crunching. And the longer we stay here, actually, I feel some release of tension and I'm coming a little further down. But again, awareness of your body alignment, of your breath, of your comfort level, that is what is more important than what we actually look like in the pose. All right, let's come up safely. Bend that front knee. Again, you still have evenly distributed weight. Inhale again, let's come up into warrior two. Look towards the right. Shift your torso over your pelvis. Good, opposite side, inhale, arms up. Swivel on your feet, square off. Exhale, bring the hands down on the line. Awareness of the inner thigh, external rotation. Take a breath in. Exhale, shift weight. As I'm shifting my weight, I am doing my best to keep my torso, my feet, my hands, my head all in the same plane so that my head isn't sticking out or my butt is not sticking out, okay? I'm trying to keep everything in line with my heels. Take a breath in. Open up the palms and exhale. Let's find the triangle. Take your time. Keep extending outward, lengthening the back. Can you lift your toes? Gently bring them back. Good. Should be no discomfort over your knee if you're maintaining that external rotation here. And remember, this is good as much as this is good. Doesn't matter how deep you hold it. Four, three, two, and one. Safely coming up. Bend that front knee. Weight is distributed evenly. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, find your warrior two. Coming back to Tadasana, in the middle of our mat, inhale, arms up. Swivel the feet in, toe heel, toe heel. Exhale, release. Let's come up, rise up onto our toes. Now this, I understand, is not always in your practice, depending on how your feet feel, your ankles, and your knees. Maybe it doesn't want to take the weight. So if that is the case, then please just stand in Tadasana, close your eyes, and have a little mini meditation with yourself. Remember, yoga is about cultivating that comfort level of just being quiet within yourself. If you feel today that you do want to rise up onto your toes, let's go ahead and bring our hands to our hips. Roll the shoulders back. Think about lifting the arch, external rotation. Pelvis is in line with the spine. Look in front of you, find a drishti or focal point for balance. Inhale, come up on your toes. There may be a tendency to either roll the weight inward or outward. Resist that as best you can. Lifting the heels up. nicely balanced between both legs. Keep relaxing the shoulders with each breath. They do nothing. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's come out, take a breath in, and exhale, release. Beautiful. Shake it out a little bit. Let's come to a seated position. Again, remember, if a deep knee bend to come up and down off the mat is not in your practice today, go ahead and grab your chair. And let's find that seated position that we talked about, where our feet and knees are hip width apart. Sitting at the edge of our chair. Sometimes you have to kind of roll your shoulders up and back a little bit. Lift your toes, release them back down. Because even here, I'm not letting go at the lifted arch, and awareness of keeping a slight rotation outward of my knees and hips. Because my knees, if I just relax, they'll come together and rest on one another. But this way, I'm keeping a nice, gentle tension and awareness there. Go ahead, close your eyes. Simply breathe. Stay here with your practice, cultivating that comfort level of being with yourself. Because we're not going down to the mat for Savasana, it's very important that we cultivate this feeling of stillness and relaxation in a seated position. And it's very doable, just takes practice. I told you, it took me almost 10 years to be able to sit on a mat comfortably for any length of time. So it doesn't matter how long it takes. What matters is that we come to our yoga mat every day. And we try. On your next exhale, go ahead, open your eyes, and let's enjoy 3 minutes of alternate nostril breath. Go ahead, get into position. Remember, you start with an exhale on the left, and you end with an exhale on the left. So go ahead. I'll mind the time. Go ahead and start. There's no rush. Go ahead and finish the cycle so that you end on the left with an exhale. Keeping the eyes closed, gently bring both hands to your thighs. And let's just breathe in stillness and peace through both nostrils. If time permits and you can just stay here and really enjoy the stillness, go ahead. But if it's time to come out, gently open your eyes. Start to move your toes and ankles, fingers, hands. Perhaps lift one leg up and down, sending with the elbows. Roll the shoulders from left to right. Maybe lean forward a little bit, stretch your arms forward. Now let's come back to that nice seated position, feet hip width apart, knees hip width apart, drop the shoulders, soft gaze in front. Inhale, hands to heart center. Sharing one part chant, one time, take a breath in. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Exhale, let's bow down to the teaching within. Inhale, gently come up. We're in full awareness. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the practice. And remember, anytime you're having a little extra inflammation or discomfort in your knees, hips, or ankles, you can still enjoy a beautiful yoga practice. Just be patient and take it easy on yourself. Thanks. Bye-bye.